This is Kelso Sturgeon. Welcome to another session of my College of Advanced Football Handicapping. Giant weekend coming up. Highlight on Saturday. Going for my sixth straight 200-unit college blowout game. I've released a 200-unit play the last 5 Saturdays. I've won them all. Coming right back today with another 200-unit blowout play. A game that I think will win by 45 or 50 points. But before we get into all that, let's discuss what I call kind of a BCS showdown weekend, and I think it comes with a certain degree of caution. You know, all 4 of the top-ranked 4 teams in the BCS standings are in action, and I'd like to just make a bold statement. Not one of them has to win, not one of them has to cover. This is not to suggest that that they won't win or that they won't cover, but let's just consider some facts about these games. We have undefeated Alabama, top-ranked in the BCS polls and all the polls around the country, a 9-point favorite at 5th-ranked LSU. Now, the 9 looks like a big number to me, I'll be honest with you, but you know, with the defense that Alabama plays, you know, who knows, nobody can score on them. But it also is of note that in the last 11 years, LSU has lost precisely 8 home games. That's 8 losses in Tiger Stadium in the last 11 seasons. Will they go down on Saturday? Well, you'll have to figure that out for yourself. But let me just say this. Alabama, a 9-point favorite in a stadium where the team hasn't lost but 8 times in 11 years. Now, we have second-ranked Kansas State, undefeated, 8-0, playing at home in Manhattan, a 9.5-point favorite over 24th-ranked Oklahoma State. Now, Oklahoma State beat the Wildcats 54-45 last season in Stillwater and is going for its 4th straight win over Kansas State. Just something to ponder. Third-ranked Notre Dame, also 8-0, is a 16.5-point home favorite over Pittsburgh, which is 4-4 and not ranked in any of the standings. This is a traditional rivalry, and I think you should keep a couple of facts in mind here. Notre Dame is 3-1 in the last 4 games. Now, Notre Dame's 3 wins have come by an average of 4.6 points. That's 4.6 points per game they beat in Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh got its win by 3 points. These are games that are traditionally close. Will Notre Dame cover the 16.5 and win? That's something that you'll have to figure out. Now, we have 4th-ranked Oregon, also 8-0, an 8.5-point favorite at 17th-ranked Southern California. Now, that's certainly a big number. Last season, playing in Eugene, USC upset Oregon, which was a 15-point favorite, 38-35. A lot of factors in play here, so just remember, those top 4 teams, Alabama, Kansas State, Notre Dame, and Oregon, all big favorites today. If you can, and I think the numbers are pretty accurate, if you can cut into those numbers and make them soft, then God bless you, you've probably got a winner. But you better look deep and you better study hard, because as I said, none of these teams has to win. None of them have to cover. They're playing in traditional rivalry games where there's a history that says they're very competitive. Now, against that background, I am releasing to my Best Bets Club a 75-unit marquee TV triple that does include the Alabama-LSU game and the USC-Oregon game, plus Nebraska and Michigan State. You can get those 3 games for just $25 charged to your major credit card on this website and toll-free at 1-800-755-2255. Now let's discuss that 200-unit play. Another one goes today, going for my 6th consecutive win in these games. You know, this is simply power handicapping, power against weakness, finding a team that is so overwhelmingly better than its opponent that there's simply no way it can lose, and every single game that I have released had a 100% chance to win straight up, a 90% chance to cover the number. So far, I'm a 100% in both those categories. The team I'm releasing today has overwhelming power against a team that does not, looking for a 45 to 50 point win. Now that 200-unit play, once again, will be available on this website and toll-free at 1-800-755-2255. It will be available on the internet early Saturday morning, beginning at 9 a.m. in the office. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Time. You can step in and make all the big money again. Now, you know, I've been watching the colleges very carefully, to say the least, because I have to keep up to date on every single one of the 124 teams. Something very interesting said by Tommy Tuberville of Texas Tech after Kansas State buried his team last week. Very significant statement on his part. Now, here's a guy who went 25-20 in 4 years at Mississippi, 85-40 in 10 years at Auburn. He knows the SEC, had an undefeated team at Auburn, 12-0 one season. He knows the SEC, and here's what he said about Kansas State, which I think is extremely significant. He says that Kansas State plays like an SEC team and not like a Big 12 team. Now, you know, the SEC is a dominating force in college football, and Kansas State does play like an SEC team. They absolutely are relentless. They beat you to death, and then they run over you. And that's what SEC teams do. I don't know what that means for the future, but it does tell me that Tuberville, who knows what he's talking about, has classified Kansas State playing above most Big 12 teams, and certainly competitive with the SEC teams. Now, if you're really looking for trouble this weekend, you know, I have a saying that I live by absolutely and religiously, that never ask a bad team to win for you. Well, if you're one that believes in tempting fate, you can take winless Southern Mississippi, which is 0-8 this season, and lay 3 points against Alabama Birmingham. This is two bad teams. A team that has beaten nobody, favored over a team that's won one game. If you're looking for trouble, dance and report back to me. By the way, I think it's pretty obvious that the new coach at Southern Miss is absolutely lost. Here's a team that went 9-4 last season, 0-8 this time around. And what about Norm Chow at Hawaii? Here's a guy who's an assistant for more than 3 decades in college football, gets his first head coaching job, and is burying the program at Hawaii. Here's a team that I believe they're a 25 or 30 point underdog at Fresno State this week. They have beaten one team this season, 1AA Lamar. That's it. They've been crushed by everyone else that they have played. Now let's get to basketball for a minute. You know, I've started the basketball season in fine fashion. Opened up with a 50-unit winner on opening night with the Cleveland Cavaliers over the Washington Wizards, the team that I always say the wait till next year team, because that's what they always say, we'll be better next time around. Came right back then on Wednesday night, took down the money, a 15-unit play on the Los Angeles Clippers over Memphis, lost a 5-unit play on a total. Off to a plus 60 start in the NBA. Keep in mind, college basketball begins next week, and there's many marquee games being played. College basketball is here. The NBA is here. We're in action. You can get the entire NBA season, the entire college season, all in a single package. All Best Bet Club plays. That's 2 or 3 every single day for just $199. That's the early bird price. Sign up now for $199 for the entire basketball season, or wait a week or two and pay $4.99 for it. It's as simple as that. The early bird price, $199, available on this website and toll free at 1-800-755-2255. I do take all major credit cards. Now, let's run down the betting menu for Saturday's college games. As I pointed out, have that 75-unit marquee TV plays with the 2 BCS games, Alabama and LSU, and USC and Oregon, plus Nebraska at Michigan State, releasing all those games at 25 units. You can get them for just $25 charged to your major credit card. Also, the 200-unit college blowout, I've gone through that, so I not repeat myself, but you can get that game for just $50, also charged to your major credit card. And last but not least, another 50-unit solid gold game of the week winner in the colleges. Last week, I had Utah State minus the 23. They crushed Texas San Antonio 48-17. Coming right back with another one. You can get all the cash. Now I'm going to go over the NFL games on my next report, which will be up here on Sunday morning. But suffice it to say that I am releasing a 100-unit NFL blowout on Sunday. Once again, all these games available on this website, toll free at 1-800-755-2255. And last but not least, a reminder, I'm often winning in basketball. Get on board for the early bird price of just $199. Charged to your major credit card. That fee will go up to $4.99 in a couple of weeks. Thank you very much for watching. I'll be back here Sunday morning with my NFL report.